I'm J.R. Church. Welcome to today's webcast. Gary Stearman is with me, and we're going to talk about different thoughts and ideas that people have about when the tribulation period could occur. And one thing in particular from deepastronomy.com, Apophis, which they have named an asteroid. The asteroid, they say, that could smash into the earth on April the 13th, the year 2036. Well, there are a number of interesting things in the book of Revelation about stars falling from heaven and a mountain being cast into the earth and so on. So, who knows? Gary, isn't it interesting that they named it Apophis?
Apophis, which has to do with the devil himself. As a matter of fact, looking that up, one source here talks about the name Apophis, and it has to do with the fact that there was a Greek name given to an ancient Egyptian enemy of the god Ra, or Re, however you pronounce him. And he's called Apep, the uncreator, a serpent that dwells in eternal darkness of the Duat, which is the earth's center, according to the Egyptians. And he tries to swallow Ra during his nightly passage. And the name Apep comes to us through the Greek Apophis. And that's the name of this earth-grazing asteroid. J.R., why would they give him a demonic name?
Hey, I read in one place he was a many-headed serpent.
Yes.
In another place he was a dragon. And so it fits the devil perfectly, doesn't it?
It does.
And this is the name given to the asteroid that they discovered back in 2004, and they've been working on it ever since. Trying to determine, exactly what its orbits are going to be and when it might hit the Earth. In fact, the latest rendering is that there's one chance in 250,000 that it would hit the Earth in 2036. But you see, in 2029, it's going to come so close to the Earth that it could enter a particular window of opportunity. Which is only about 600 yards wide. And if it hits that, the gravitational pull will change the orbit of Apophis so that 7 years later, it could hit the Earth.
Oh, 7 years, 2029, 2036, 7 years. That's a kind of a biblical number.
Well, listen, 2029 is a sabbatical year. And 2036 is a sabbatical year. So, Gary, that sort of got my juices flowing,
Yeah.
I looked over here at the Song of Moses. And as you recall, the rabbis numbered the verses of the Bible, beginning with Genesis 1:1. And when they came to the 5,760th verse of the Bible, they talked about it possibly coming to pass in the year 2000. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. And that would be something that men would want to do at the end of the 6th millennium and the turn of the 7th millennium. So, is it possible that the Song of Moses here, for the years 2029 through 2036, could be describing the tribulation period? Listen to what he says in 2029. This would be the Song of Moses. For the Lord shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants when he seeth that their power is gone. There's none to shut up or left. Goes on to say, he shall say, where are their gods, their rock in whom they trusted, which did eat the fat of the sacrifices and drink the wine of their drink offerings? And then when you get down to verse 43 of Deuteronomy 32, we come to the year 2036. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. And thus ended the Song of Moses. And Moses, it says in the next verse, came and spake all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea, or Joshua, the son of Nun. So here we've got an interesting set of verses that could describe the years from 2029 to 2036.
Well, you know, JR, every time you read about the tribulation period, you're reading about signs and wonders in the heavens. You're reading about falling stars. You're reading about the sun being darkened, the moon not giving her light, things like that. Isaiah talks about this period in Isaiah 24:20 and following, which is called Isaiah's little apocalypse. And he says the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. It shall fall, not rise again. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth. Now, what do you do to get the earth to reel to and fro like a drunkard? You have to apply some external force to it. And later on, we're going to touch upon the other verses that speak of asteroid-like things hitting the earth. John refers to one in Revelation as a mountain that falls. Well,
Yeah.
a mountain would be a pretty hefty chunk of rock. And if it collided with the earth would indeed reel to and fro like a drunkard.
Isn't it nice that John says that it fell into the sea?
It is. Yeah.
At least it gives the opportunity for people to get away from the coastal areas and to survive. If it hit land, millions of people could be slaughtered in it.
Right.
Well, I want you to know that Gary and I do not ascribe to any particular set of years for the tribulation. We are not date setters, okay? We do want to bring to you, however, the stories that emerge out of the scientific community and the religious community and from Judaism. We want to tell you about what other people are saying could happen and when it could happen. So on tomorrow's broadcast, we're going to look at Apophis in detail. Don't miss it. Now, before we get away, I just want to simply mention to you that we have our set of videos from last year available. They're on 12 DVD discs, 48 broadcasts from 2009, and they can be yours for a gift of $100 plus shipping and handling. Call the phone number at the bottom of your screen and order it today. You will love them. It'll give you something to go back over, and if you missed any of the programs, then you can catch them here on DVD. Also, we have them available on CDs for your automobile. 48 broadcasts, $50 gift plus shipping and handling. Call the phone number at the bottom of your screen and get it, will you? And then remember, beginning with our January issue, we are launching a series called Eschatology 101. And this particular one, called The Importance of Prophetic Studies over the next 3.5 years, we're going to send you through a college course on eschatology, which I taught at Meridian University, and it basically gives you everything I know about the study of prophecy and how to find things in the Bible on prophecy. So order the January magazine and then consider subscribing. I hope you will. And that way you'll get our message every month. Plus, of course, a lot of other neat articles, and including Gary's articles. By the way, Gary has an article in this one called, "Is the Big Freeze Still a Possibility?" What about the big freeze in an era of global warming?
Believe it or not, in the era of global warming, there are still scientists who are talking about a chain of events that could actually bring a huge cold snap to the whole surface of planet Earth.
Which, by the way, we seem to be in the middle of.
Yes, we do.
Gary, good to see you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Gary and I are going to be talking to you in the next 4 days about Apophis and when the tribulation period might commence. I'm J.R. Church. We'll see you again tomorrow with our webcast.